Dear my students, in first lecture I have discussed all about the origin, fertilizer management, climate, soil, depth of sowing, spacing, all the things we have discussed. Now in this lecture I am going to discuss about the weed management in the wheat. As you know, weed management is one of the important parameters for the agronomic management. When we want to get the optimum yield, then we have to must manage the wheat at the proper time. As you know, both grasses and broadleaf weeds are found in the wheat, and some of the grassy weeds like wildlot, Claris minor, Polypogomonosplensis, and the poa grasses. So far as the control of the grassy weeds, one of the most important and very cost effective chemicals has been used from many years, that is pendimethalin. Pendimethalin at the rate of 1 to 1.5 kg active ingredient per hectare. So when we apply the pendimethalin, we have to take 1 to 1.5 kg of active ingredient, and that should be dissolved in the 5 to 600 liters of water, and that should be applied when we are going to just after the sowing of the wheat. That means that day in which we sow the seed to 3 days. So 0 to 3 days it should be applied as a pre-emergence herbicide. In area having the problem of isoprotera, as you know that the Claris minor is one of the most important weed, particularly in the Gangetic belt. But in Jharkhand, the problem of Claris minor is very less. Claris minor is dominant weed where rice wheat cropping system is dominant, particularly in the Indo-Gangetic plains of the India. But in Jharkhand, Claris minor is not dominant weed, and it is also not resistant to isoproteron. Isoproteron is very good herbicide which controls the Claris minors, but nowadays in Indo-Gangetic plant it has been found that the Claris minor is become resistant to isoproteron. But in the case of Jharkhand, we can use isoproteron very effectively, and it controls the weed. So isoproteron at the rate of 1.2 kg per hectare at the time of 30 to 35 days after sowing, it controls actually isoproteron is a pre-emergence herbicide, so it must be used from 0 to 3 days after sowing, and the dose will be 800 grams active ingredient per hectare, and it should be dissolved in 5 to 600 liter, and it should be applied as a pre-emergence herbicide. And one hand weeding on 35 days after sowing, then we can control the weed in Jharkhand fully. Dear student, if there is a no there is a less availability of manual hand weeding, then isoprotein should be used as a pre-emergence. Then at 30 to 35 days after sowing, 240 should be applied as a post-emergence herbicide for the broad leaf weed. So in Jharkhand, if we apply isoprotein as a pre-emergence and 240 as a post-emergence, we can effectively control the weed. So my dear student, it has been recommended that before storage, grains should be dried by spreading on tarpaulin plastic sheet in bright sun light to a moisture level below 12%. Now, if some farmers like in Jharkhand, which have no such type of pusa beans or silos or aluminum beans, then they can also store in their traditional storage as well. To protect from the storage insect, a lot of insect is found to deteriorate the quality of the wheat grains. So it is necessary to fumigate with EDB 5 gram per ton and keeping room sealed for 24 hours. Farmer can also apply ammonium phosphide at the rate of just 3 grams per ton, and they can store the wheat grains successfully. Thank you very much, my dear student. In next class, I will also take one of the important agronomic practice for the wheat, that is zero tillage and system of wheat intensification. I will cover 2 agronomic practice in coming: zero tillage and system of wheat intensification, that is also known as SUI technique. Thank you very much. Irrigation is very important for the wheat. Without irrigation, we cannot think about the production of wheat. And most of the wheat crop is grown in irrigated area. You have also already know that the wheat revolution took place only in the irrigated area, particularly in Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, and where there were no irrigation, the green revolution did not take place. So as far the concern irrigation is concerned, as you know, in India, Punjab, Haryana and Western UP and some parts of the Eastern UP and Bihar and some parts of West Bengal, some parts of Rajasthan, canal irrigation is widely practiced, and there irrigation is fully available. But in some parts of other parts of non-traditional wheat growing areas like Madhya Pradesh, like Jharkhand, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and some northeastern states, you will find no irrigation or very little irrigation. As you know that in Jharkhand only 10% total irrigated area is available during the Rabi crop. So it is very essential to which stage we have to which stage we should give the irrigation so that we can get maximum yield with minimum water use. So water use efficiency, how can you increase? Dear friend, as you know that there are some critical stages. Every crop has some critical stages. Critical stages are those stages in which if you will not apply the water, then there will be a maximum loss of yield. That means the critical stages is very sensitive for the moisture stress condition. Take for example, in the wheat, you must know that some of the critical stages like ground root initiation stage, jointing stage, flowering stage and duff stage, which comes at 21 to 25 days after sowing, and 40 to 60 days after sowing, 60 to 70 days after sowing, 90 to 95 days after sowing, 100 to 105 days after sowing, and 120 to 125 days of sowing. So among all these critical stages, which stage is most important? Suppose we have only one irrigation and we want to grow the weeds. So what to do when we have to irrigate? So the first irrigation we should give on CRA stage, and that stage actually comes at 21 days after sowing. So you have, if farmers have only one irrigation, then definitely they should apply the water at 25 days after sowing. Suppose some farmers have two irrigation, then first irrigation must be given in CRI stage, that is 21 days after sowing, and second irrigation as put stage, that is 25 days after sowing. Suppose some farmers have three irrigation, then they must give first irrigation at ground root initiation, second at jointing stage, which comes on 65 days after sowing, and third irrigation at milking stage. Suppose some farmers have four irrigation, then they should apply first at CRI, second first node stage, third one jointing stage, and fourth one milking stage. If some farmers have five irrigation, then they should apply at CRI stage, first node stage, jointing stage, boot stage, and milking stage. And if some farmers have, there is no limitation of irrigation and he has 6 irrigation, then he has to apply all the stages, all the critical stages of wheat, then they can get the maximum yield, and they have to apply all 6 different stages. So dear student, now you can know that which stage is most essential for the irrigation purpose. If I ask one question, if farmers have one irrigation, then when he should give the water? Definitely you should answer CRI stage. So this type of things you will be asked in different competitive tests also. So it is very important to memorize all the things, which stage is very essential for the, particularly for the irrigation purpose. If you do not know the critical stage in which water should be applied, suppose that if only one irrigation and you escape at CRI stage and you applied 30 days after sowing, then there will be a drastic reduction in the yield and there will be wastage of water. So it is very essential to know about the stages in which water should be applied. Now the plant protection measures. In plant protection measures, we agronomists deal with the disease management as well as insect and pest control. As you know that in different agroclimatic situation, different disease occurs. Take for example, in Jharkhand you will never find any type of disease. But in case of Bihar or West Bengal or eastern part of UP or some parts of the northeastern, you will find the foliar blight or yellow rust. Similarly, so the question arises, what we have to do to control this type of rust. As you know, there are three types of rust. That is, first one is black rust, second one is yellow rust, and third one is brown rust. But nowadays there is no any but nowadays there is black rust is very minimum, almost it is not found in India due to different type of resistant variety. But the yellow rust is very important, and for the avoiding the losses due to a stripe rust or yellow rust of wheat in northwestern plateau, some of the resistant varieties are which should be grown by the farmer: DBW88, WH1105, HD2967, DPW621-50, WH542, PBW550 for the timely sown. And if farmers want to grow in late sown, then there are variety which are resistant for the yellow rust, and that variety are DBW16, DBW90, DBW71, BBW590, WH1021, and HD3059 for the late sown condition may be preferred to escape from the rust, stripe rust or yellow rust. If there is a chance, if in spite of you have grown the resistant variety, but if disease comes, then there is a chemical spray is needed for the control of this stripe rust or yellow rust. Here we recommend the propiconazole or tretdem till 25 EC at the rate of 1%, or tubaconazole tretdem folicar 250 EC at the rate of 0.1%, or tridomifon 0.1% at stripe rut initiation using 200 liters of water per hectare. Usually it is required in the first half of the February, so we can control the yellow rust by applying these chemicals. Next one is loose smut. Actually, loose smut is a seed-borne disease. So, if you want to control the loose smut, then you have to apply. You have to do the seed treatment, and seed treatment during the sowing, and the seed treatment should be done by the systematic fungicide like carbendazim 50 WP at the rate of 2.5 grams per kg of seed, or some combination of carboxyn at the rate of 1.25 grams per kg of seed. One of the fungus bioagent is trichoderma viridie. It should be also used for the seed treatment at the rate of 4 grams per kg of seed is recommended, and by this we can control the loose smut, which is a seed-borne disease. Now we comes to kernel burn. Kernel burn is not important for the reduction of yield. However, it is very important for the export purpose. For exporting wheat grains, it is essential it must be free from the kernel burn. So kernel burn actually deteriorate the quality of wheat grains. So for producing kernel burn free wheat, farmer is advised to grow the kernel burn resistant variety and recommended for the respective variety. Like in northwestern plateau, as you know, northwestern plateau consists of Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, and some parts of Rajasthan. So in that area, PBW 502, PDW 233, WH 896 should be grown. In area where kernel burnt incidence is low, then discontinue the growing of the triticum aestivum, that is breadwheat, and in that area it is recommended to grow the triticum diurnum wheat 2 to 3 years. Then after that you can grow the triticum aestivum and you will find there is no any incidence of kernel burn. Zero tillage also helps in reducing kernel burn incidence. Avoid irrigation at heading time is also recommended or also advised to the farmers. In spite of all practices, if you want to, if it is found that kernel burnt is still in the field, then for the precautionary measure, one spray of propoconazole 25 EC, that is till 25 EC at the rate of 0.1% using 200 liters of water by giving at 50% flowering and repeated at the interval of 15 days. What is, now you can ask on the question, sir, what is 50% flowering? What do you mean by 50% flowering? 50% flowering means, suppose there is area of 1 square meter and visually you have seen that 50% of the plant, the spike has emerged. That means this is 50% flowering. So, this is 50% flowering. Now, kernel burn prone area, the seed crop should be given 1 spray of propoconazole or 2 spray of T viridi at tilting and air stage. So by applying all these, all resistant variety and chemicals or some agronomical practices, you can control the kernel burn. Now the next one is powdery mildew. Powdery mildew. For the control of powdery mildew in the disease prone area, one need best application of propoconazole, that is till 25 EC at the rate of 0.1% can be given at the year head emergence or appearance of the disease on flag leaf. Now you can ask the question, what is flag leaf? What is flag leaves? Flag leaf is a leaf which actually covers the spike or which covers the ear head. The leaf which covers the ear head or the leaf which covers the spike, that leaf is called the flag leaf. So usually the flag leaf is in total area wise, flag leaf is very wide, very long. Now next one is foliar blight. Foliar blight is the main crop health problem in northeastern plain zone. Northeastern plain zone consists of eastern UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal and parts of northeastern states like Assam, some parts of Odisha. And in this area foliar blight is very important disease. But in Jharkhand foliar blight, there is a very little incidence of foliar blight in Jharkhand, but you will find very heavy infestance of foliar blight in eastern UP, in Bihar, in West Bengal, in Assam. So we recommend the resistant variety, grow resistant varieties. Better always to grow the resistant variety to avoid the disease incidence. So in that area means northeast plateau zone, we recommend HD 2985 HI 1563, DBW 39, CBW 38, NW 10 14, NW 2036, K9107, HD 2733. These are the resistant variety to leaf blight or foliar blight. And these all are the timely sun variety. Let some variety like DVW 14, HD 2888, K0307, DBW39 and HUW468 should be encouraged to grow in this area to avoid or to escape from the foliar blight. Now comes to the insect, how to control the insect. As you know, particularly in the wheat, the problem of the insect is very less. However, aphids and pink stem borers are found in the some of the area. For the management of aphid, foliar spray of imidacloprid 200 SL at the rate of 20 grams active ingredient per hectare on border rows at the start of aphid colonization will be given, and that will reduce the aphid infestation. For the incidence of pink stem borer is observed more in the field of where rice wheat crop is grown with the zero tillage. For its management, foliar spray of quinolophos, that is Ecalox, and it should be applied at 2000 ml per hectare as soon as pink stem borer is seen. Irrigation also helps in reducing the pink stem borer damage. So if you have the more infestation of pink borer, then it is advised to give irrigation immediately. Now another disease is that is due to nematode, and that is the name is ear cockle. Ear cockle is an important disease in the eastern part of India. Hence, proper precaution be taken, especially in eastern UP, Bihar and Jharkhand. Wider publicity should be given by the extension agency on the use of gall-free seed. So, how we can get the gall-free seed? It is very essential and well before farmers. So, what farmers should do to get gall-free seed? Farmers should adopt flotation technique for the separation of galls from the seed, infested seed lot. The infested seed lot should be floated in 2% brine solution, that is salt solution. For this purpose, the galls will float on the surface and this should be separated. So farmer can get easily gall-free wheat seed by applying 2% brine solution, that is salt solution. Now comes last, harvesting, threshing and storage. When we have to harvest the wheat crop, one terminology is physiological maturity. What is physiological maturity? So physiological maturity is that stage after which there is no addition of dry matter. Means after physiological maturity, if the plant will remain in the field, then there will be no addition of yield. That means no dry matter addition, so there will be no any addition of in the yield further. So after physiological maturity, what happens? It gradually the leaf starts drying or yellowing, and the moisture percentage in the grain will be decreasing. When the moisture percentage in grain will be decreased to 25%, then it is advised to farmer to harvest the wheat crop. So moisture during the harvesting, what should be the moisture percentage in wheat? 25%. Generally wheat is manually harvested, but for field harvesting, combined harvester should be used to avoid losses in grain yield due to shattering and lodging. But in the case of Jharkhand, we cannot use the combined harvester as the land holding of the farmer in Jharkhand is very low, very small land holding. But nowadays, in traditional wheat growing areas like Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, Madhya Pradesh, all in that areas, combined harvester is widely used to save the labor and to avoid the losses due to shattering and lodging. But in Jharkhand, we usually harvest the wheat crop by manually. Then wheat should be harvested 4 to 5 days before it is dead dry to avoid the shattering loss. Now next is storage. If you have harvested, you have threshed the grains, but it is essential. It is also essential how to storage it so that post harvest loss will become very minimum. Generally 20% loss of the grains of wheat has been observed by the post harvest losses. 20%, at the extent of 20% loss has been observed after the harvesting of the crop. So for the storage, you can use the beans and silos made of GI seeds, galvanized seeds. Nowadays aluminum beans, pusa beans, silos and poly-lined bags are available for storage. Majority of wheat combined harvesting is done. Morning is the best time for harvesting. In case of manual harvesting, bundle are made and dried for 3 to 4 days threshed by thresher. Before storage, what will be the temperature? You can ask some question, sir. At the time of harvesting, the moisture percentage is 25, but in storage, what will be the moisture percentage? That must be 12%. So you have to dry the grains when the moisture percentage comes to the 12%. Then you can store the grain, and in that condition the moisture will be very minimum, so loss will be very less. Farmer can store wheat grains in their traditional storage as well, and in that case, to protect the storage insect pests, it is necessary to fumigate with the EDB 5 grams per ton and keeping room sealed for 24 hours. So farmer can also, and apart from this, farmer can also apply ammonium phosphide at the rate of 3 grams per ton. So by applying all this type of things, you can get maximum yield. Now what you can ask, sir, what is the average yield of the wheat? Now in India, average yield of India have more than 3 tons per hectare, and we have surpassed more than 100 million tons of wheat. Some of the wheat variety has the potential yield of even 8 tons per hectare, but it varies from different agroclimatic zone. Suppose the zone Punjab, Haryana, in the western UP has very favorable environmental condition as well as soil, and there is a good irrigation system. So in that area, more than 55 quintals or more than 50 quintal, even 60 quintal yield has been, average yield has been obtained. But in Jharkhand, the average yield is near about 2 tons per hectare in Jharkhand. Similarly, in Bihar, just 25 quintal per hectare. In Madhya Pradesh, 30 quintal per hectare. So it depends upon the different agroclimatic zone, and yield varies according to that. So this is all about the wheat cultivation. Thank you very much.